Hello everyone! As I said about the Presage limited edition for Thailand, I've always been attracted by the so-called cocktail dial from Seiko, and yet, despite some wonderful pictures found online, I wasn't too impressed about this Seiko Starlight. But when I saw it in real life, everything changed until I finally found a good offer for getting one of it. In order to choose something a little bit more different from SRPC 45, I decided to go for the SSA 361, the model with the power reserve function. The finishing of the dial is completely different if compared with the one launched with the SRB 065, but it can still be considered like a cocktail version since the idea for it came in fact from the Starlight cocktail, invented by Hisashi Kishi, a bartender working in a famous bar located in Tokyo. And just like many other watches from Seiko, also in this case the dial is unique. The box is quite good looking, all covered with dark blue velvet both on the inside and the outside. You can see the limited edition label under the lid, and actually the Seiko Starlight is individually numbered on the caseback. But since the production is of 3,500 pieces for each versions, so the one with the power reserve and the other one with 3 hands, this is not one of the rarest limited edition models at all. For sure, the JDM version, the RY087, is more exclusive since there are only 1,300 pieces in total. The most important detail about the Starlight anyway isn't related with the amount of pieces produced, but with the beauty of the dial. It is really unique. In low light conditions it looks almost grey or black, but in direct sunlight everything changes. You can see all its special texture and the shade of blue that gets darker going from the center to the outer part. The hour markers are exactly the same used on the other Seiko Presage cocktail versions. I really like this option for displaying the power reserve directly on the main dial without using a sub-dial like the ones that you can find, for example, on a lot of watches made by Orient. This is a good choice for the symmetry and an uncluttered dial. The case of the Seiko Starlight is again the same used in all the Presage cocktail lineup. In this model, since the 4R57 movement with power reserve is a little bit thicker than the standard 4R movement, also the case is a little bit taller than the one that you can find on 3 hands Presage cocktail watches. To be specific, this is 2.6mm thicker. The difference is noticeable, but it's still okay. Also the crown is the same with the engraved S logo. And the caseback, guess what, is the same used in the other Presage cocktail watches, with the limited edition number on this model. From the crystal you can see the 4R57 movement, which is a variant of the 4R family, and it has been going great so far, gaining about 5 seconds a day. If you don't consider the power reserve function and the date function hand at 6th position, this movement shares all the same features with the 4R35 and the 4R36 movement. I guess you've noticed that the strap I'm using during this review isn't the original Seiko one, but it's a Hirsch instead. I think this one is a perfect match for the Starlight, because the original, as it happens a lot with Seiko leather straps, isn't great in quality. The leather is quite thin, the blue is very dark, and the finishing is a little bit too glossy for my taste. The clasp is very nice, but not very comfortable for the size of my wrist. Long story short, if I decided to install this Hirsch strap and I didn't want to take it off, there's a specific reason. On the wrist, the Seiko Starlight feels and looks like a much more expensive watch. The color of the SRPC 45 is more flashy and it doesn't look like the perfect dress watch. With this one, it's the opposite scenario. The thicker case isn't a deal breaker when it comes to wearability, and the overall size is still modern without being too big. Some other versions of the Seiko Presage cocktail lineup changed their appearance according with the strap you choose, but the Starlight will look always classy. So, the Seiko Starlight is a wonderful choice if you're looking for an elegant watch with an original design, a really unique dial at a not so high price, but you're probably going to change the leather strap with a better one. I hope that you liked this video, let me know in the comments. I know it can be boring, but please subscribe to my channel, it's the only way to keep it alive and to make it grow better. If you like pictures about watches, take a look at my Instagram account, the link is down in the description. Thanks for watching, see you soon, ciao!